Without the political will, there's not going to be any consequences for what happened in that meeting. Now, if they do get the political will, if Ron, as he's saying, enough Republicans decide they're not going to support the president, they hear Jim Comey speak, they realize he's being untruthful about what's going on, then I think you're going to see an impeachment process. Then it goes to the House, they draw up the articles of impeachment, and ultimately to the Senate for a trial.
Robin?
And Ron, to you, I mean, what is the tipping point here? Where and why and how and what would make Republicans institute some sort of process like this?
That's a great question. Look, I think there are going to be many steps between now and then if we ever reach then. But what could, and the most logical, even though today Republicans have staunchly opposed the idea of a special counsel or independent prosecutor because that increases the ultimate long-term risk to the president. In the short term, more Republicans in Congress may find that an attractive option because essentially it pushes the issue off their plate. I mean, it essentially sidelines Congress, allows the investigation to proceed, and gives them a way to say we shouldn't be commenting on an ongoing investigation. I could imagine more of them getting to that place if former FBI Director James Comey testifies, if the memos come out, and if, as seems likely, they say what the report said. More Republicans may find that a halfway point. But ultimately, look, they will cut the president loose if they feel that sticking with him will bring them all down, that they will hang together, in effect, if they stay with him. And that would, I think, be a matter both of their agenda, as I said, but also the 2018 election, where I think clearly the biggest risk to Republicans in 2018 is that right-of-center voters who ordinarily vote Republican for Congress but don't fully trust this president feel that they are being insufficient in imposing boundaries or oversight on him.
Ron Bronstein, thank you so much. Paige Pate as well. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Well, more now on that closed-door meeting last week between President Trump and top Russian diplomats. Now, sources say Mr. Trump divulged highly classified information. Now, Russian President Vladimir Putin is saying, wait a minute, we can tell you exactly what was said. CNN's Matthew Chance is following all of this from Moscow. What is Mr. Putin saying? He says there's a transcript. Does that mean there's a recording?
Yeah, what he's saying is that he actually said the word recording in Russian, that's what he was willing to provide the Congress and the Senate, in his words, with, to try and clear up any misunderstandings about what was actually discussed. It was later clarified by other Kremlin officials that a stenographer was present during the meeting. That person had been specifically assigned to transcribe the minutes of the meeting and to sort of transcribe what everyone was saying inside that closed-door meeting in the Oval Office. And apparently the Russians have this transcript, as I assume the Americans do as well, and they're willing to make it public or make it available to the US administration if they need to. But we have to put these remarks in their right context. It came as part of a kind of off-the-cuff, joking response to a question.
Matthew Chance, apologies, I'm going to have to interrupt you. Leave it there in Moscow and take our viewers straight to the capital, where Paul Ryan is speaking. Let's listen in.
Judgment, we get all the pertinent information. The House Oversight and Government Reform Committee has appropriately requested this memo, and I'm sure we're going to want to hear from Mr. Comey about why, if this happens as he allegedly describes, why didn't take action at the time. So there are a lot of unanswered questions. What I told our members is, now is the time to gather all the pertinent information. Our job is to be responsible, sober, and focus only on gathering the facts. That is what Congress does in conducting oversight of the executive branch.
So do you want to see Comey testify in an open hearing?
I will leave it to the committees that are doing these investigations. Just remember, there's an investigation occurring at the FBI. There's an investigation in the House, and there's an investigation in the Senate. So we've got 3 investigations going on. I'm not going to micromanage or armchair quarterback investigations. But the point is this. We can't deal with speculation and innuendo. And there's clearly a lot of politics being played. Our job is to get the facts and to be sober about doing that. Yeah.
Political impact. Your members are on the ballot again in 2 years. Do you worry about some of the drip, or some of these controversies having an impact on Republicans?
I don't worry about things that are outside of my control. I worry about things that are within our control, and that is whether or not we do what we are elected to do, which is to solve people's problems. That's the other thing I think I'd like to make. I think people in America turn on the TV and they think this is all that's happening. This is all we're doing and all we're discussing. That's just not the case. I want the American people to know that we're busy, hard at work, fixing their problems. You just heard from the chairman of the Ways and Means Committee talking about moving down the path of getting comprehensive tax reform done, because we know that's really important to unlocking economic growth and competitiveness for American companies. The point I want to make here is, you've heard me say this before, we're going to walk and chew gum at the same time. We're going to keep doing our jobs. We're going to keep passing our bills. We're going to keep advancing our reforms that we were elected to advance while we do all these other things that are within our responsibility. And that's what we will be judged in 2018. Did we make people's lives better? Did we solve problems? Did we fix the problems that people are confronting in their daily lives? That, to me, is what matters most, and that is how we will be judged.
Given your ambitious agenda, have you considered or even identified what the point would be where the current trajectory of the White House is simply unsustainable to trying to actually get things done?
Look, the last thing I'm going to do is prejudge anything. I'm a person who wants to get the facts. That is our job, to be sober, to be dispassionate, and to get the facts and to do our jobs and follow the facts wherever they may lead.
Last question.
Craig, did you have one? I just want to go to the Wisconsin guy.
Yeah, my question was, I mean, you've been criticized and even lampooned for not exercising more independence from this president. How do you respond to that criticism?
We have 2 investigations in Congress going on right now with all things being Russia. We have another committee, the Oversight and Government Reform Committee, just now requesting these documents. So there is plenty of oversight that is being done. What we don't do is try to meet the facts within some 24-hour news cycle. What we do is dispassionately do our jobs and make sure that the investigations follow the facts wherever they may lead, and that obviously takes some time. I'll just say one more thing. There's an FBI investigation going on right now with all things related to Russia, done by the career professionals at the FBI, who are going to continue to be career professionals. And the acting director just said the other day that no one has tried to impede that investigation. So a lot of work is being done. That's the proper role of the legislative branch in conducting oversight of the executive branch. And we're not going to be trying to play to the crowd or try to meet timelines. We're going to do it the right way and follow the facts wherever they may lead. Thank you.
Committeemen still have full confidence in the president.
We're listening there to Republican leaders addressing some tough questions from the media there. Paul Ryan certainly trying to answer those questions. We will monitor any other press conferences coming out of the Capitol today. There are a few of them that have been scheduled. I'm Robin Kerno. You're watching CNN. More after the break.